But this idiot's boss pops pills and tells him he's got skills for kills today. He put out a hit today. Did he admits he put the hit out like a pot? Right? Friends? Family? Oh, man. I feel like every time I wear a white shirt on this podcast, my hair is wet. It's not planned. It's not coordinated, or maybe I'm just cleansed and I just got dipped in the holy water. It's just I'm so innocent and pure. You must believe that I just got baptized again. So anyways, guys, what's up? My name is Tristan Sartoris. Welcome back to another episode of Full Circus. This will be another short episode, another loosey-goosey, off-the-tracks kind of spin to the wind. I know it's been pretty frazzled and not very dazzled as of late, but things should be changing coming here. Things were just very busy, and they've been busy for a while, so I don't want you to feel like I'm just not giving you my best, even though that's what I'm doing. But I'm just trying to, one, make sure I don't miss an episode, because I haven't in freaking 3.5 years, so we're not going to start now no matter what. So it's just things have been very chaotic, and all we can do is kind of riff here and not really come through any sort of filter or preparation. Not that it appears that there's any of it in any other episode, but you know what I mean, okay? But some of you might not, and that might beg the question, why make the episode in the first place? Which I would beg a different question, say, why make anything in the first place? But you know what? We're here because we like having fun together, and fun together we shall. Have fun together we shall. Dang it! He missed the words. Dude, I finally opened up, like, how busy I am. I just opened up the watch from last episode. Like, literally, look at that. Is that not freaking classy AF? Stylish out the wazoo? Whatever the kids are saying. You know what? I'm the kids, and I'm what I'm saying. But, I just opened it now. I used a lighter to do it, and it smells so bad in here now. Man, plastic, it smells awful, but nothing smells worse than burnt hair, dude. My brothers used to, they still do, just would grab lighters and bring them close to your arm hair and light it all on fire, and it smells so rough. There's no amount of deodorant or cologne or holy water that can bathe away the scent of burning flesh. And that's a fact, okay? So if you're thinking, man, I'm dying here, I'm literally withering away, not even, Dove body wash can save you. So anyways, guys, what is new? All that work, everything is finally kaputski. It's over. It's finished. Honestly, all the days have kind of just blurred into one. It's been however many days or weeks or months, I don't know, of just hours and hours on end till 10 or 11 p.m. every day. And I thought I was pretty out of the loop, and I was pretty dazed, but last night, I'll get to the story in a second, but last night I had to go home, and on the final day, the homies clutched up big, and they worked a 29, 30-hour shift. Okay, they started at 7 a.m. and then worked till 1 p.m. the next day. Okay, that's a lot of freaking work. It's very impressive, and even though I was there for a lot of it, I wasn't there for the final last hurrah and the kill shot. I've been listening to a lot of Eminem. I wasn't there for that final little push, and I feel like in a way, I didn't contribute at all. Isn't that weird? I was there for so long and so many hours, and that they ran that last. It's like, I wonder if the guy doing the relay race where he runs and he hands the baton up, that the guy at the beginning, even though he ran part of the race, he's very crucial in getting the race done. But he doesn't get to be the guy that crosses the finish line. Just part of that guy, this is very fitting with the Olympics. Applaud myself for the thematic awareness. But does he not feel as successful because he don't run across the freaking ribbon? He doesn't open up and go, oh, it's me. No, it's the guy, it's the closer. But it doesn't really matter. They're all running the same freaking distance. They're running as fast as they can when they have the chance to do it. So that poor little sucker who starts it off hot and sets the tone and momentum, he's just left there like, well, I wouldn't mind crossing a freaking finish line or a ribbon. So that's pretty tough. But if you want to play devil's advocate, you also probably don't feel as much shame. If you lose the race, I feel like I would much rather be be like, no, dude, I'm not running 8 feet behind that guy because you didn't start off as hot as I wanted it to be. Okay, so now the other guys who started the baton, like they handed off, they're like, oh, that wasn't my best, but good thing I'm not in the photo finish. You know what I'm saying? It was my fault, but hey, I'm not taking any blame. You see me? I'm already going to get myself a Slurpee. I don't know what they have at the Olympics or what's going on. The Olympics are cool, dude. The Olympics are on. I would like to follow it, but I can't. There's too many sports, man. There's too many. Everything is a sport, and it's both got man and woman, freaking different categories, and it goes on and on, different heats and different qualifiers and different finals. I'm like, jeez. Let's just lump everybody together, play one big dodgeball tournament, and call it a day. Too many medals. He found a medal. He got a medal. This got a medal. I will say one of the coolest things I saw was that guy from Turkey. They were doing the kill shot. They were aiming. They were gunning. They were shooting. I guess. It's just called shooting. But I feel like I was looking for some better sports term. But they all got these specialized goggles, and one kind of covers the eye to make sure you're shooting down with your aiming. Look at your sights. And it's got like a magnifying glass. They got all this gear, all the jacket, everything's dialed back, earplugs, all of it, and they're shooting their best. They're going through it like freaking RoboCop. And then this guy from Turkey, no earplugs, no face gear, no nothing. He's wearing a pair of prescription glasses and a t-shirt that says Turkey on it. He just goes place is silver. Now that's a baller right there, okay? That's like, I don't even know what that's like. There's nothing to compare it to, okay? He's like, I don't need to do it. I'm a natural shooter. Why would I need the gear? Which is a fair point, you know? And it kind of makes you wonder, maybe we should have a shooting competition without all the gear. I don't know. I feel like that's skateboarding without any wheels. Like, it's just, did you really do that? Like, you just, at a severe disadvantage. So, very impressive. Nevertheless, we respect the Turks, I guess. They also do hair transplants. So, anyways, back to why I left work. I have been, running on fumes, basically. And first off, I want to say, actually, no, not first off. Last off. I'm not going to get to it yet. So I have been running on fumes. What was that little tease? It's like, all right, by the way, we might have a movie coming. Yeah, never mind. Forget it. Like, all right, did he almost give us a trailer, but then didn't? So I've been running on fumes and not drinking a lot of water, not eating a lot of food. And the only thing I have been having is like Reese's Cups when I get home. But otherwise, throughout my whole day, working very active and intensely and sweating my metaphorical balls off. I guess literally too, but no, they're still on. So metaphorically, sweating them off, and I've just been living on energy drinks, slamming 1, 2, 3, 4 throughout the day. And I felt like if I'm going to be drinking liquids, I might as well be drinking something that has some caffeine, some perk me up, some go-go juice, right? So I wasn't drinking any water, and I would just like, well, when I'm thirsty, I'm going to drink an energy drink. So I've been doing this for days and days and days. And I don't know, well, for like 2 days leading up into last night, both of my parents, when they saw me on the job, they were like, are you okay? Is everything all right? You look ghostly, you look pale. Are you doing okay? And I thought maybe they're just being, loving parents. They really, they really care to see how I'm doing. But I think I really was looking like I was in decline, because yesterday at around 7:30 p.m. or so, I went home early, and I just got hit, dude, with a wave. Like, I was normal routine, just chugging my energy drinks back, and I had the caffeine-induced diarrhea, right? I went to go crap in a lovely CVS bathroom. I've upgraded, guys. Usually on work, I'll go to the gas station bathroom, but no more, okay? I don't know what it is about these senior citizens that walk and take in the CVS toilets, but dude, do they take care of it? Yes, they do. So anyways, I walked in there, and my only complaint, I'm reviewing the restroom now. My only complaint with the restroom was that the motion sensor lights aren't motion censored, or they don't sense you on the toilet. So about, I don't know, a good 20 to 30 minutes into this experience, it was a doozy. Lights shut out, okay? And now I'm crapping in the dark. And I don't know if I felt better or worse about it, but it's a very weird sensation, like I'm in those sensory deprivation tanks, except I'm only feeling the water of the kerplunks, and it's all very gross and technical. I don't want to get into the semantics of it, even though I already did. But have you ever pooped in the dark? I haven't. Okay, even in the woods from going camping, I'll hold up a flashlight just because you gotta know where it's going. But no, I was sitting there. My feet, like you're sitting on the toilet so long, your legs, your feet, everything's numb. So I'm just like kind of floating, and all I know is that I'm pooping. I have to believe, hopefully on the toilet. Anyways, long story short. I like how I'll go into more detail on the parts that nobody cares about, and then when we get to the part that maybe you might be more fascinated with, I'll be like, and that's what happened and whatever, okay? And you're like, well, okay, he spent 7 minutes talking about his wiping technique. So anyways, I don't know if it was the caffeine or this weird CVS experience I had, but I get off this toilet and I come out of the dark, which is also a weird look because if anyone's waiting for me to go into the bathroom, they're like, did he just poop in the dark? This guy he had the crap with the lights off? What's his deal? I'm like, oh, I emerged from the freaking bat cave. So as soon as I do that, I get hit with a rush. Blood sugar, head starts spinning. I'm like, whoa, was that because the lights were off? Like, I don't know what was going on. But I'm like, oh, it's because I've only had energy drinks today. I need to get some food. So I run over to the cooler section. I stumble. I'm knocking stuff off the shelf, not because I'm dizzy, but because it kind of just, it's me. It just kind of keeps me in rhythm. I'm like, what do I have to fight for? Just knock off some cereal. And I get to the cooler section. I grab these 2 40-gram protein strawberry milkshakes, and I get 2 of them, $5 a pop, way overpriced. But I thought for 80 grams of protein, hot dog. So, it was way overpriced, and I scanned it out, and then I chugged one. I was like, 40 grams of protein is a lot to consume when you had nothing, right? Like in like 7 seconds. I was like, wow, whoa, that was 40 grams of protein. Like, that's a lot to have in a meal, right? But then I was like, well, it was a very quick meal, and 40 grams of protein is a lot, but I liked the taste of that strawberry milkshake, and I picked up the second one, and I said, Tristan, don't do this. 80 grams of protein, okay, is more than most people have in a day. You should have more if you're, bodybuilding or whatever, but I was like, 80 grams of protein in 14 seconds might be pushing it, but I unwrapped it and I thought maybe just a sip. And as strawberry milkshakes go, we all know you don't just have a sip. So I downed 80 grams of protein, and for a brief second, my head started feeling better. I went, well, that was the key. I just needed 80 grams of protein. So guys, if you're feeling a little bit strange, a little bit woozy, 80 grams of protein will do the trick, or so I thought. So I felt good for about an hour. I felt back. I was myself, and I just had a beautiful little strawberry milkshake break. And right after an hour or so, my head kicks back in, except this time I'm dizzy and my stomach is queasy. I'm like, oh no, maybe that was a mistake. And I pass out, and I'm laying down on the job, which I like to do normally, but this time I had to. And everyone's like, just take a break, take a nap, do your thing. I'm like, I gotta get up, and I can't. I'm working so hard. And then the person selling the house walks in with the client that's about to be renting it the next day. So I get up to act like I was doing something. They didn't see me laying down. I was like, hey, what's up? I was just, picking up this thing here, just a screw, and they can't see it. Taking it upstairs. Like, okay, well, keep doing your thing, man. What a soldier, what a trooper. And then I waited at the top of the stairs for them to leave and went back down. I was like, oh my gosh. And I tried to tough it out, dude. I did. I was laying around. I was toughing it out by laying face first on the floor. I laid there for an hour, and then 2 hours, and then about 3 hours, and I was like, okay, I think I'm charged enough or recovered enough that I can drive this tool over to my dad. I do that, and as soon as I get in the car, I'm like, this is not a good idea. I get there, give him the tool, and I just pass out again in the gravel for about another hour or so until they're like, try it, Tristan. You know what? It's late. We're in the final push. I think we got it covered. Just go home. I was like, no, I can do it. And I was like hoping to keep sleeping in the gravel. Like, you're just blocking traffic at this point. And I really wanted to stick it through. I did. I thought I'm good. It's going to recover. Surely after 4 hours, it's got to be out of my system by now. I guess it wasn't, because I came home and I just felt like I was in a throw up state for another 5 hours. And then I finally threw up at 1 a.m. Can you believe that? All strawberry milkshake. So the two bookends of this story, it started with diarrhea and ended with vomit. So I guess you could say my work day was pretty productive. But dude, I felt like I was chiseled by the end of that, man. I mean, I didn't have a lot of food, and then I crapped my pants and threw up like I had nothing left. I was like, oh, Sports Illustrated. I'm not advocating for throwing up or laxatives. I know that's a weird place to be. I was making a joke. However, I did look good. I don't anymore because I got up and ate a bunch of bananas. But anyways, guys, yeah, that was 15 minutes on why you should not live on caffeine. And I'm done. I'm done with caffeine. All right. I was on it. I was off it. I got back on it. And now I'm back off it. Okay. I mean, I guess by that logic, I should also be done with strawberry milkshakes. But I won't be, because those were really good. But I'm going to do them more diligently when I consume such a product. But caffeine, I don't know if it was to blame. But I'm too scared to even touch it. And the strawberry milkshakes, I would like to say I'm off, but if I haven't been dreaming of them since I threw them up. And you know what the weird thing about throwing up is? It's like, I felt like I had to throw up, but I couldn't. Like, I wasn't nauseous enough. And I feel like the smell of toilet water specifically, like, not very often in your life do you smell toilet water. You know, it doesn't smell bad, but there's the smell of the porcelain water, right? You only smell that really if you're throwing up, because even if you're cleaning it, you know, you're not getting in it. Like, I'm nose deep in this thing. And I feel like every time I've smelled that, I've thrown up. So there is some sort of, I wonder if you could do that without being nauseous and it would still make you throw up, because your body's just like, oh, this is vomit time. That, and while I was throwing up, I had to go poop as well. So I got back on the toilet, crapped my pants, and then got back off and put my face in it. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, I can't catch a break. Like, don't we have a second toilet? I feel like bathrooms should have a second, like, vomit bowl for that kind of situation. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I need, where do I go? Okay, we're going both ends. I'm going Super Saiyan on the emptying out business. And yeah, so that was kind of how my day went, and I felt bad that I wasn't there to be that with them for the final push. But you know what? That's how my relay went. Okay, they're like, all right, pass us the baton. I'm like, oh, you know, like, okay, here, take it, go. And like, all right, thanks. You know, and they moved on. So yeah, pretty productive, pretty wild. But there's nothing like approaching death or the feeling of death where you go, I have a new outlook on life. Things are more jubilant, okay? Things are happier, they're more exciting. I went and took a walk, okay? I don't exercise for no reason, okay? I was like, you know what? My body deserves it because of what I just put it through. And I went for a walk, and I saw a dog, and I saw a lady on a bicycle. I went, look, people are around, and you feel like you were just reborn anew. So there's something to be said about feeling so awful and be on the flip side that you really just appreciate things. But like I've always said, I wish I could just appreciate the dang things without having to die. Why can't I just look at the lady on the bike before and go, look at her. She's living her best life. She's out and she's getting some exercise. Oh my gosh, the sun's shining. That's beautiful. The world is so intricately made. You know, the design of God, it's fantastic. But other days, like tomorrow in my lifestyle, I'm already in a routine and go, the sun's shining, big whoop. It's there all the time. The solar system, who gives a poop, a floop, a flap, a crap? So, yeah. Anyways, like I always say, if everything went right, then nothing would go left. So, anyways, I've said anyways probably 13 times already, and I'm not going to do it again. But I don't know how to transition to the next topic without doing so. And tangentially, I would like to say that Peeps be enjoying the podcast lately. Okay, I've gotten a lot of feedback on some episodes recently, and that's always good to hear. And it's always funny when somebody quotes the podcast to me and I go, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But not in a sense like, that was a week or two ago. Or years ago. Right. I go, oh, yeah, no, I was watching that over your shoulder and 5 minutes ago. I enjoy, okay? Is it narcissistic to enjoy the stuff that you make? I don't see why it should be, okay? Why would I make it if I didn't enjoy it? That don't make no sense. Why is it narcissistic for a chef to enjoy his own meal? Deliberate, okay? Yeah, but I'm not the person. I like watching myself, okay? Sue me. And I'll never be one of those people who they see a photo of themselves and they go, oh, jeez, the video, like, what was I doing? I spend a lot of time in the mirror, and I don't get enough credit for this, okay? I spend a lot of time in the mirror working, okay? People say, oh, he's just smiling, he's making I'm working. I am crafting the faces, the expressions, the voice, and everything that I would like about myself to appear in such a way that is consistent, it is concrete, and an appealing way, at least to my own eyes, and I enjoy looking at it, okay? Is it wrong for me to take view upon my own essence and think, wow, God did a good job? Is that narcissistic to say? I don't know. I don't think it should be. But yeah, people are like, hey, do you want to watch your commercial? Watch your commercial, watch your film, your acting, your podcast, or do this and that. Like, oh, is this embarrassing you that I'm playing this? I'm like, no. If you weren't going to play it, I was, okay? I just don't get it, man. Everybody preaches self-compassion, but then I love myself a little bit too much, and I'm the problem. Come on, guys. Yeah, I'm not actually narcissistic, guys. I don't actually think so. It's just a big joke. If you're new, I know a lot of new listeners are coming in recently, and I got to make sure it's clear. I'm not actually very narcissistic or arrogant, okay? Outside of my appearance, personality, skill set, and correct opinions, I don't think I have a lot going for me. And yeah, dude. All right. I'm not actually. I mean, I could be. Who's to say? But I'm not. All right. And as someone who's always right, but there's a lot of catch-22. It's hard to defend narcissism if somebody goes, you are this, and you go, I'm not. You think you're always right all the time. And I go, no, I don't. How dare you say that? I'm right about this. Wait a minute. Gotcha. So I wish someone would accuse me of not being narcissistic. And then I would agree with them. And then we'd be on the same page. And I don't think there would be any, magic tricks up the sleeve. I don't really know. Anyways, guys, I'm trying to kind of speed through this podcast because, like I said, they all worked like 30 plus hours or something, and they're trying to sleep, and they're right over there, and I'm definitely annoying them and making a lot of noise. So I know this is quick. I know it's a short freaking episode, and all I did was talk about poop and vomit. But you know what? If I don't, then who will? Okay, you know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of podcasts preaching to the bowels out there. There's not a lot of people talking on, touchy subjects. Like, oh, freaking mental illness and diet and health and nutrition and this and that and science, right? Meanwhile, I'm over here giving you the graphic stuff of me in the real trenches. This is full transparency, baby. This is me drawing a window, and you could see through it. In case you didn't know, I also do charades. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you to pieces. And yeah, sorry it's short, but we're here. We're making do. All right. And I will see you next week. Things should be finally, and I mean this, finally put together. And if I come on the show next week and go, sorry guys, everything's just been so busy and chaotic, I'm lying. Okay. Screw that guy. He didn't get his act together. I am on the ball going forward. And yeah, so thanks so much for tuning in. I love you. Drink caffeine, but with water and food. But if you're going to drink food, don't drink 80 grams of strawberry milkshake. What are you doing? All right, guys, I'll see you.